When working with charts in a story, any filters that are applied to the chart are reflected in a link in the chart details. Here, for example, this bar chart has 2 filters already applied. When we're in view mode, we can adjust the filter, but only within the group of members that have already been selected. For example, here we could clear the active checkbox, but we can't then select a different status. To edit the filter without these constraints, we need to switch to edit mode. Now, when we open the filter again, we can edit it. There are several ways to add filters to a chart. The simplest method is to specify the values we want to filter on by selecting chart elements. In this chart, for example, we can select values by clicking the bars, access labels, or items in the legend. Note that we can also create a filter to exclude the selected value using the same tooltip menu. A linked analysis filter also now displays in the chart details, indicating that the charts on this page are linked so that changes to one can potentially affect the others, depending on the dimensions and data sets that they share. For more details, refer to the video on linked analysis. From here in the chart details, we can edit or delete the filter we just created. If we want to create more complex filters or filters that reference dimensions that aren't displayed in the chart, we can also create filters using the Designer panel. To filter dimensions that are displayed in the chart, we can access filter options here. Note that because the data points in the time dimension are contiguous, we can choose to filter by member or by range. Time-based filters can be fixed or dynamic. For details on dynamic filters, refer to the separate video. Here we can define the date range by choosing the granularity and the start and end of the range, or by clicking and dragging in the timeline. We can add additional ranges if the dates we want to choose are not contiguous. We can also choose whether to allow users to edit or delete the filter, and how they can interact with it. Note that the filter is visible both in the chart and in the Filters area in the Designer panel. We can edit or delete the filter from here. Alternatively, we can filter by member and select individual years, quarters, months, or days depending on the granularity of the underlying data. We can select members at any level of the hierarchy, and choose whether to include or exclude the selected members, and to show empty values. From here, we can also add filters for dimensions that aren't displayed in the chart. In this example, we'll filter on region. Note that the Advanced Filter option enables us to create filters with multiple conditions. For more details, refer to the video on applying advanced filters. Note that filters can also be used to change how data is presented, rather than to exclude specific members. For example, we can use a filter to flatten a hierarchy. In this bar chart, we can drill up to the global level. To effectively disable drilling, we can edit the filter and select only the lower level members. Now, when we open the menu for one of the members, the Drill Up option is no longer available. Thanks for watching.